What's up, YouTube? Team Villains here. I'm Kyle.
I'm Jonathan.
And we're coming back at you with round 2 of this week's Locals Tournament. On the left, we have Ricky Rogers piloting Kagero, and on the right, we have Cole Carter piloting his Nova Grapplers. Should be an exciting match, Jonathan.
Very exciting.
So, obviously, it has to be said, Kagero is heavily favored in this matchup just for their ability to have very good spot removal.
Usually, but I think Nova can steal some matches with its... If it can outpace the Kagero deck and hit him real hard, real fast.
Yeah, that aggro is definitely going to play a key factor in this matchup. Let's see here. So what do we have in mulligans? We had 1 back on Kagero's side, and we had 2 back, I believe, on the Nova Grappler side.
Yes.
So it looks like both have, obviously, 1, 2, 3 rides, which is excellent. That's what we like to see. Looks like Kagero is going first here.
Rides a bar.
Draws from his starter skill. Calls the Airmo. I'm assuming he's trying to telegraph the Berserk Dragon so that Cole doesn't commit any rear guards to try to steal an extra early damage here.
You could also be trying to filter out to try to pull out an Overlord or a Waterfall on him.
Potentially. But Cole doesn't commit any additional cards to the board on this turn, which is probably, as expected, you should do regardless in this matchup. Ricky does have the Berserk Dragon, counter +1, soul +1, draws a card. Just so you guys know, Berserk Dragon doesn't actually require your opponent to have a rear guard for you to use his skill. Let's see here. That is a Knight Sword Dragon, I believe is what that card's called, or something of that nature.
Dragon Knight something.
Okay. Let's see. Cole guards the first attack. Ooh, hits a draw trigger on his damage check. That definitely is going to put him in a better position than he normally would be in. Having the additional card in hand now, allowing him to potentially bring out a more aggressive strategy. Cole rides King of Sword and calls a Jet Riser to boost. Now, I understand the logic here, just trying to get this extra damage in, not letting the Force deck have its way with its defensive strategy, but committing a Jet Riser could be costly.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have called that, but
who knows, maybe he knows something we don't here. Let's see here. Ricky rides Draconic Overlord, as you do. This unit to the right, I do not recognize.
That's a Spillover Dragon. So at the end of the battle that it attacked a Vanguard while boosted, counter +1, put it into soul, choose your opponent's grade 2 or less rear guard, and retire it. Okay.
It seems interesting tech. Cole does hit the critical trigger for a defensive. And Ricky attacks Draconic Overlord. Cole no guards. Ooh, double check grade 3. And Cole damages the heal trigger. Wow. That's going to put him in such a good position. It looks like, yeah, this can't even hit because he's at 29.
Yeah.
That's incredibly lucky on his part. And then, that double drive check with grade 3, that's not going to help. That's not going to do him any favors.
Yeah, it's definitely going to hurt him in the long run.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, Cole rides the Perfect Riser, getting himself an Excel Circle. All right, let's see what kind of play Cole is able to bring out of this. Calls a second Jet Riser. If you don't know what Jet Riser does, its auto ability is whenever you place a rear guard, it gets 3k for that turn. So he's placed 1, 2, 3 rear guards. So the Jet Riser to the right of his Vanguard is going to get 3 pumps. The one behind his Vanguard gets 4 pumps. And it looks like they're bringing out some dice to note that, just in case there is some sort of discrepancy in the turn here. All right, so Cole's swinging with the Jet Riser to Draconic Overlord first.
It looks like a Zero Kaiser on the Excel Circle.
Yes, that is a Zero Kaiser. Let's see here. And of course, he's got the King of Sword, Queen of Sword. It doesn't appear as if Cole used King of Sword's ability for the extra power. And he's attacking a rear guard. Spillover. So he attacks Spillover Dragon. The Kaiser 22,000 to the Vanguard from the Excel skill. Looks like Ricky doesn't know what Perfect Riser does. And for those at home, Perfect Riser, when it attacks, you can counterblast 2 to choose 2 of your rear guards and stand them. And then if it hits, does not matter if it hits Vanguard or rear guard circle, you can countercharge 1 and give a unit 5k power if you have a riser in the soul. So here we go. Cole swinging with the Perfect Riser, standing Jet Riser, and the Asura Kaiser. Alright, Ricky, Perfect Guard, which actually triggers the Queen of Hearts ability to stand itself once per turn. Not super relevant in this scenario, but if you were wondering why he stood that card, that is why. Draw trigger, nice. Draws a card, gives the power to Asura Kaiser. Drive checks looked like Iron Killer.
I believe so.
Alright, and Jet Riser, big and bad, swinging in. And the Asura Kaiser swings for 32. Looks like he's taken that damage. I don't necessarily agree with that guarding strategy. If you knew you were going to take a damage from one of those 2 cards, I personally would have potentially taken the first one, assuming I could have guarded either with the same amount. But
yeah, and he hit the critical trigger too. So
yeah. All right. So Ricky rides Draconic Waterfall. Draconic Waterfall on ride, you can retire a grade 2 or higher.
Hand's not looking too great though. Is it 2 grade 3s? A Waterfall, the Overlord.
All right. It looks like he's trying to cycle through some cards here. So off retiring with the Waterfall skill, he triggers his air mode so he can draw a card and countercharge 1.
Looks like he drew a heal trigger.
Ooh, that's not boding well. Ricky's just, his luck is not on his side today, unfortunately. Calls Embodiment of Armor Bar, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, retire something in the same column. Then if you have more rear guards than your opponent, it gets +5. And it looks like he was trying to give it +5 here. Of course, he cannot. Calls Draconic Overlord.
I'll be swinging for 2 crit here.
Yep. So he has 10k additional crit, and his opponent cannot use Sentinels. So that Perfect Guard that we saw Cole drive check last turn is not going to do anything. Cole, no guards. Oh, another draw trigger. What a man. What can be said about this luck? I mean, wow.
That's hit 4 damage triggers.
That's crazy. Against Kagero, no less. That's
how you beat Kagero.
That's how you beat Kagero. That's how you beat anything, man. Like, imagine if you're playing against Pale Moon and that kind of like damage checks just lined up like that. Like, that would be devastating to the Pale Moon player.
Yeah.
Let's see, debating on where he wants to put his Jet Riser. Oh, of course, putting a Riser custom behind it is exactly what you want to do. How many cards does Ricky have in hand right now?
Looks like 2 or 3.
2, 3. Wow. All right, takes the first. Gets a heal trigger. Wow. These men are they're channeling their inner fighter spirit here, and they're just getting everything they need. This is almost like watching the show. Almost. Let's see here. Looks like Ricky is debating on how he wants to guard this. Goes ahead and takes it. Gets a critical trigger. Wow, double trigger. I'm assuming power to the Vanguard. And
yeah, it looks like Cole swinging at his rear guard there.
Yes, he is. Reading, and it does not matter where Perfect Riser hits. It will countercharge 1 and give something 5k if it does. But these double defensive triggers have definitely let Ricky stay in this game, because it looked like he was down and out for a second. Drive checks reveal nothing.
He should not be able to hit, since Waterfall should be at 33k.
And that looks like the case. Bring it back to Ricky's turn. Oh, and there it is. Another waterfall, another force marker coming down, and another trigger for his skill. I don't... Ooh, looks like... Okay, he forgot to trigger waterfall skill. So you're going back and doing that. You're retiring, was that Burst Riser, I believe? And using... Looks like he was about to use Berserk Dragon skill, but took it back as he would not have the soul to use Waterfall. So, good thing he caught that, because I've definitely made that mistake playing this deck before.
Yeah. I mean, if I was cool, I might have called him out on it, but...
Ow, it's a casual game between friends. Wow, looks like Cole's dropping the hand. What is that, 77K?
Yes.
For 2 to pass. Let's go, Cole. He's just pulling it all out today.
He had a large
Critical
hand.
trigger. Oh, can he do it? Let's see, this looks like it is Powered Vanguard, crit to Berserk Dragon. Second drive check reveals nothing. Berserk Dragon swinging with 21 and 2 criticals. And that perfect guard. Wow. He's attacking the jet. And let's see if Cole's got it. Does his top deck bear fruit? And it does. That looks like another Queen of Sword, or is that a King?
I believe that's a queen.
It's a Queen, wow. If you don't know Queen's ability, I'm pretty sure I said it earlier, but if his opponent were to Sentinel, he can stand it. And Iron Killer getting in there, since he has 4 rear guards, it gets an additional 5k. So swinging 14 right here.
Rick is deciding whether to guard this or not.
Yep. He's probably doing all the math in his head, trying to predict exactly how he can guard to try to make it through this onslaught. And there it is, Jet Riser, or not Jet Riser, Perfect Riser skill, excuse me. Standing Iron Killer and Queen of Hearts. First front trigger, and nothing but that front trigger. That's got to be it, right? Like, there's no way. Yep, there it is. Game is over.
No, he just hit
he healed.
trigger.
Heal trigger. What? This game. What is this? But this Queen.
Still hitting for 27.
27 to his 23. Ricky's got 2 cards in hand. So this is what, 27, and then 16, 26, 31? Oh, God, does he have enough?
Has 2 cards in hand. Nope, he has to take
He doesn't. Oh, and that's the match. Nova Grappler wins.